place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road. At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports and it's brought to you by The Good Feet Store. The Good Feet Store, helping people get back to the life they love without their feet getting in the way. Start your journey today at goodfeet.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. As we get ready for Alabama against South Carolina on Saturday, here are some final thoughts from the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer.
We're on this run right here, and we're right in the middle of it, in the middle of the season. And, I know our guys are just really, really focused on, again, what we talked about earlier, the discipline to the process. And it's the next one is the most important one, and that's what we got in front of us here with South Carolina. Another opportunity to go on the road, and we know it's going to be a great environment against a very good football team.
Coach, appreciate you, Tim, so very much. Congratulations again, but I know the page has been turned. It's time to go to South Carolina.
I'll have more in a moment.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. They're in your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
We've got you covered for Alabama football on Saturday at South Carolina. Our coverage on the network starts at 11:30 a.m., leading you up right to kickoff at 2:30 p.m. Central. You can listen to the game on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch the booth cam presented by Regions Bank, streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by The Good Feet Store. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. High school football from last night. Gaston City's Brady Sauls kicks a 30-yard field goal with 1 second left to lift the Titans to a 13-12 win over Mate Jemison. Dashler knocks off East Lawrence 56-0. Thursday night NFL football, Justin Herbert would throw for 3 touchdowns to the second straight game as the Los Angeles Chargers take care of the Minnesota Vikings 37-10. College football news, Alabama offensive lineman Gino Vandermark is now listed as questionable for tomorrow's road game with South Carolina. The Crimson Tide, 11.5-point favorite. Kickoff set for 2:30 here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Auburn, a 3.5-point underdog on the road at Arkansas. Kickoff set for 11:45. And Tennessee, an 8.5-point road favorite over Kentucky. Kickoff set for 6:45. Make sure and download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today to hear Week 9 of the high school football season.
Now, funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I abuse you.
You're tired.
Well, the lunchtime whistle and the morning's finally done. I'm jumping in my car, I'm gonna have a little fun. The Doghouse Network's on my radio dial. Big Dog's taking care of business for a while. If you're listening to another station, I don't understand. 'Cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham. Give us a call, Steve. He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the junkyard dogs. The SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Titan Tiger Land. Nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Football Friday in the Doghouse. Football Friday means football music. Well, it also means the Friday trifecta.
It's the holiest day of the week, the Friday trifecta.
Forget all of that. It's football music throughout the day. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing better. The single greatest piece of sports music ever recorded in the history of mankind. I mean, who plays the organ like that anymore? I mean, really. It's just so funky. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a funky. You know what it needs? It needs a little bit of electronic guitar music. That's what it needs. Give me a little of that. So good. It really doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. I mean, it's the biggest day of the week. During the week, it is the biggest time of year. It is football music throughout the show as well. It is just a beautiful thing. It also means, of course, as always, the highly interactive, often imitated, never duplicated, Owen Home Appliance Friday trifecta. And I have another special scoring tweet for you this week. So more on that in a moment. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Now, if you know what you want to talk about, or if you want to get in on the action, you might want to go ahead and jump on the lines right now. First hour is wide open. Always wide open on Friday and Football Friday for the first hour to get you guys in and many picks as possible to get in. It's always open for you. So this would be the time to jump on board with us here in this first hour. It doesn't matter whether you're listening in Huntsville or in Nashville or in Murfreesboro or in Winchester over the air, or if you're listening on an app or online anywhere outside of the Tennessee Valley. It doesn't matter. The phone number is the same everywhere, 256-576-4977. Now, if you're a newbie and you hear me mention another number, the other number is the text number. That's just a text to show. The phone number, when you pick up the phone and you dial 256-576-4977, gets you into the show, okay? Doesn't matter where you're at. Doesn't matter, okay? And I know that you're listening in Winchester because I called out my buddy Billy Simmons the other day, and he went into a golf course, into a pro shop somewhere, and some dude said to him, "Hey, I heard Thom Abraham talking about you." That was in Winchester. Okay, I've heard from other people that are listening in Nashville and haven't called the show and just said, "Oh man, you're back on in Nashville. How cool is that?" And so they're out there. All I got to do is pick up that phone, make that phone call. Text window is open. We read those on the air as well if they're any good. 7329 TA show. Sometimes we read the bad ones too. 732-982-7469. That is to text the show. Hollywood. Not to call the show, to text the show. Every day somebody calls that number. And I don't take those. That's a text number. You can watch the show as well on WZZN TV. On the YouTube or on the Facebook. There's a link to it from X. You can get it at my X feed. Is that Thom Abraham Show? I know that 97.7 ESPN The Zone links it as well. I don't know if ESPN Winchester links it. I don't know if WNSR Nashville Sports Radio links it. I don't know. I know that I link it, so you can get it there. All right? At Thom Abraham Show. Coming up on the show today at 1 o'clock, Lee Sterling is back from ParamountSports.com. That's 1 o'clock Central Time for those of you that are listening in the Eastern Time Zone. As I see my call screen fill up with some of the calls from the Eastern time zone. He'll be in with a look at the games from this weekend as well. Friday Trifecta now celebrating 25 years this year. It's the Owen Home Appliance Friday Trifecta. This one runs all the way through the Super Bowl. Our top handicapper after the Super Bowl is going to get the complete Gordon Ramsay set of kitchen appliances from Owen Home Appliance. Talking about a new range, a range hood, the fridge, a dishwasher. Over $10,000 in value. You pay nothing. Nothing. And get this. Maybe you don't need a new kitchen. Maybe you don't want a new kitchen. No worries. You can replace that with something else of equal value from Owen Home Appliance. Or you just sell them. Sell them. That works too. And this week, I got a little something special for you. Something that could boost your points in a big way. Now, this way it's going to work this week. Now, first of all, I got 4 big SEC games to pick. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? It's the SEC. All the games between ranked opponents and things like that generally are in the SEC. It's just the way it is. The games that America is interested in. I think 8 out of the top 10 most watched teams in the country are SEC teams. Just the way it is. According to the Nielsen ratings that came out recently, the most watched team on average in the country is Alabama. 7.5 million people watching an Alabama game. And then Georgia and Texas and, Tennessee is in there. And I think Notre Dame and Ohio State might be the only ones that broke through that were not SEC teams in the top 10 most watched teams in the country. There might be one other. I may be lying about that a little bit. But I got 4 big SEC games for you. And here's the deal. We're going to go with instead of having to just get the first 3 right, we're going to get any 3 out of 4 right. Get any 3 out of 4 right, and you get 1 point. Got to get 75% of the trifecta. And you get 1 point on the grand trifecta big board. Now, if you get them all right, all 4 right, then you get 3 points on the big board. Now, here's your kicker. World Series is beginning tonight in Canada. It is what it is. The World Series begins tonight in Canada. So we're adding our first multiplier of the season. You give me the winner of the World Series and in how many games? Dodgers in 5, Toronto in 7, whatever you think. You double your point total for the week. So in other words, if you got 1 point this week because you got 3 out of 4 games right, and you end up getting a World Series right, it becomes 2 points. But if you got 3 points, if you got all 4 games right, and you picked up 3 points, and you add the World Series result to it, 6 points. A touchdown on the big board. Look, the lead is only 8. 6 points. So, jump in on that thing. This is good. This is good. Now, by the way, I'm going to give you a leaderboard update in a minute, since it occurs to me that some of you don't do the whole Facebook thing. A couple of people texted and said, hey, could you just read over the air where we stand right now? Because we don't all do Facebook. And I usually post a leaderboard on Facebook. I haven't posted this week's. I'll post it on Monday after this week's action. All right, let's get to it. We're going to start out with Auburn.
Are you guys going to put us in with 3 losses in the playoff?
We are Auburn.
They get 2.5. We're going 2.5. That's the latest line. 2.5 at Arkansas.
Who big soy?
Man, I should have never messed with this girl in the athletic department in the volleyball short.
Alabama.
I like this kind of football.
Minus 11.5 at South Carolina.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
Trying to recruit bigger, better players to come play for us, but they went to good schools.
Yeah. Steve Spurrier talking about Jadeveon Clowney, by the way. Missouri.
You want to boo me? Fine.
They get 2.5 in Nashville against Vandy. And then Tennessee.
Vol for life. Call Rommel. They can't find Rommel.
Great former coach of the Vols. The Rommel story is phenomenal. It was when Derek Dooley was trying to explain how his team reacts when they play Alabama and they don't know how to adjust on the fly. It was like the Germans. Call Rommel. We don't know what to do. The Americans are coming from everywhere. What do we do? Call Rommel. It's a classic. I don't know how I didn't get it in there last week. It's a classic. If somebody says, hey, play to Call Rommel, I'll play it. I will. I'll play it. They are minus 8.5 at Kentucky.
We need another punch in the mouth.
There you go. Well, John Calipari. And then your multiplier. It's either the Dodgers.
The wait is over. The Dodgers are going back to the World Series.
Or Toronto.
It's but cold out here.
Got to tell me how many games. It's that easy. Now, speaking of baseball, I think this is interesting. According to a poll, 92% of America is rooting for the Blue Jays. I mean, do we hate Los Angeles that much? That 92% of America is pulling for the Blue Jays? Look, I hate the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers because they're not the Yankees. I hate the Dodgers. But I love America. I got to pull for the Dodgers, right? And all their Japanese players. Oh, wait. Which team has more Americans on it? That AI, that Google AI grokky thing, whatever that thing is there, that their artificial intelligence couldn't tell me. I asked the grok machine there, whatever it is. I said to it, I said, who has more American players on their roster, the Dodgers or the Blue Jays? And it was like it didn't even get close to adjusting the issue. Didn't want to tell me anything. And then I went looking for the rosters. I can't find a roster that has like where they're from. I wonder which team has more American-born players on it. My sense is that it's the Blue Jays. The team from Canada, I think, has more American-born players on it. Because the Dodgers, I mean, everybody's from Japan or the Dominican, and then Freddie Freeman, right? And Mookie Betts, who's from Nashville. Anyway. Now, look, if you're looking for a reason to pick the Blue Jays, there's this. Well, first of all, they've only been to the World Series twice, and they won both times. They've never lost the World Series. They're like the Marlins. You know, they've been twice, they've won twice. Well, what happened 30 years ago really doesn't factor in here. But here's a little nugget that might factor in a little bit. This is the 5th time that a team that swept their LCS is facing a team that won 7 in the other LCS. So the Dodgers swept the Brewers, and the Blue Jays went 7 with the Brewers, right? Or with the Seattle Mariners, right? So one team sweep, one team went 7. It's happened 4 times before. In all 4 instances that it happened before, the team that went 7 won the World Series. Even more interesting. How about this? Since we went to the 7-game LCS in 1985, when we went to the 7-game LCS, 10 times a team has swept the LCS. 10 times. Those 10 times, those teams are 3-7. The team that swept their LCS has lost 7 out of 10 World Series. Now, 21 times an LCS has gone 7. 21 times it's gone 7. Those teams are 10-11. So basically 500. So if you go 7, basically 500. If you sweep and hang around for a week, you're 3-7. Just putting it out there. Just put it out there. Dodgers in 5. All right, back at Mission Control. Playing the Platters That Matter to Stacks of Wax, stacking up those phone calls as well. Living large and in charge on a Friday.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
You ain't first, you're last.
Do you hear the grasshopper, which is at your feet?
Old man, how is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
As quickly as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. When you can take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Man, we just got it posted. John already got a dozen picks at the text window already. They're coming in, flying in already.
I posted it afterwards.
I know that.
Look, you took a little bit to get your picks out there, and now they're out there.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm okay with you posting it right at noon.
Okay.
I'm just saying I can't even get through the open of the show before.
The crazy thing is it's 5 minutes after. It was 5 minutes after.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. Then you also got the lines full over here. But Scott called in, and he actually said that the Dodgers have more international players. So interesting little tidbit there.
Well, that's what I asked. That was the question. Scott Tyson?
No, it was a different Scott.
Oh, different Scott? So that was my question is that who, obviously, if you have more international players, then you got less American players. My question is, who's got more American players, the Dodgers or Toronto? And I speculated that Toronto has more American players than the Dodgers because the Dodgers have the Japanese players and the Dominican players and all of that. So Scott is backing me up, and he's saying, yeah, the Dodgers have more international players than, which i.e. not American players, than does Toronto. Toronto, let me put it another way. Toronto is more American than the Dodgers are.
Well, and also California wants to be like separated from America in the first place, so I don't know.
Well, they think they are.
Don't
Yeah,
really know
they do.
who you want to pull with. I'm gonna actually pull with the Blue Jays, even though I hate them. I hate them less than the Dodgers because they aren't the Yankees, even though they want to be. But I would have just put them on the phone lines, but they're booked. I mean, come on.
I can't pull for. I can't do it. I can't pull for Toronto. I can't do it. Can't do it, Sally. I mean, they got them soccer numbers on their uniforms. They play in a dome, which is sometimes open. They play on synthetic turf. I'm with Dick Allen, who said, if a cow can't eat it, I don't want to play on it. And they're Canada. I want to see our trophy going to Canada again. Last time the trophy went to Canada, the next year they didn't even have a World Series. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still rooting for Canada here.
Oh, Canada. Sometimes I pull for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I can't pull for the Blue Jays. I just can't do it. Philip hit the text window. 4 college games. Your trifecta sucks again. Well, what can I tell you, Philip? I mean, we're SEC country. I know you're over there in Virginia, that ACC thing, and, I get it. All right, I'm going to get to your calls. I'm getting asked again about an update on the scoreboard. So let me just give you a quick update on the scoreboard. And then since we're wide open the entire first hour, we'll just go ahead and knock out our break, and then we'll come back and just go calls, okay? Here's your scoreboard. Fritz is in the lead with 8. Richard and Madison has 7. Mongo and the Crack Hoe also have 7. Nate, Jack, Bowling JJ have 6. Kyle, Jason in Fayetteville, Badger Larry, and Bama Brad have 5. Tide Nut, Smokey Mike, Phil the Blacksmith, Mad Plumber, Josh Chambers, Jordan, Joe, Jason have 4. Okay. How far deep do you want me to go? The Philip, Paulie, Leah, who's a chick, I think, Carrie, Hollywood, Crimson Carl, Auburn Mike have 3. Tomahawk David, Ron, my cousin Vinny, Jason, and Cody have 2. Wolverine Dan, Tim, Seth, Papa T, Melanie Burrow, who is a chick, Grumpy, Grim, and Bill and Madison each have 1. So there's your scoreboard. All right, we get a break. We'll come back, start knocking out the calls next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Forgiveness. Wow, what a word. What a gift. All of us have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor at Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943. FDIC.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy. Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit Christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943. FDIC.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by my friend Ross Roberts and his crew down at Valley Equipment Rental. You know they got two locations. They got the one out on the North Parkway. You can see some of the big stuff they've got up there, the big track hoe excavators. They have got the mid-size excavators. They got dozers up there as well. And then, of course, on the South Memorial Parkway, you can find everything else that they have as well. It's Valley Equipment Rental. Contractors, homeowners, it's for everybody. Valley Equipment Rental. Two locations, North and South Parkway.
All right,
welcome back, Tom Abraham Show. Somebody sent me, I don't know who, maybe it was Scott. I don't know. Somebody sent me an excellent article to help me with the international players. The Blue Jays have 4. One from Canada, one from Mexico, one from the DR, and one from Venezuela. The Dodgers have 3 from Japan, 1 from Cuba, 1 from the Dominican, 1 from Puerto Rico, 1 from South Korea, and 2 from Venezuela. So the Dodgers, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 9 players on the Dodgers are international. Only 4 international players on Canada. And that doesn't count Freddie Freeman. I know Freddie Freeman's from L.A. I get all of that kind of stuff. You know, Freddie Freeman played for Canada in the World Baseball Classic, right? Freddie's parents are both from Ontario, Canada, born and raised in Ontario, Canada. Freddie Freeman actually has dual citizenship, U.S. and Canadian citizenship, because his parents were born in Canada. This is like when Mike Piazza got to play on the Italian team in the World Baseball Classic because he is of Italian descent, because he had like pizza once or something. Crazy the way they do that. Let me bang these calls out. Do I need to put the 60-second timer on because it's Football Friday and the lines are smoked? Don't make me put the 60-second timer in. Philip is up first. He's unhappy with me because it's an all college football trifecta. Philip, welcome in. How are you?
Irritated. Here's a suggestion. How about you do an option? You give callers an option on your little trifecta. Do you want college games or do you want pro games? Look, dude, I don't have 4.5 hours to sit on my butt and watch a bunch of kids try and figure out how to play 60 minutes football. When I can watch grown-ass men in their 30s get 60 minutes football done in a 3-hour time period. It's ridiculous.
Why are you trying to rush your football? I mean, if we love football, why are we trying? To me, I just assume they have a halftime after each quarter because I want to savor it. You know what I mean? I want to savor the game a little bit. And I don't care if a college game takes 5 hours.
No, that's horrible.
I'm in no rush.
Horrible.
I'm in no rush.
Horrible. Let's go. I got some things to add here. Let's go.
All right, here we go. We start out with Auburn. Auburn gets 2.5 at Arkansas.
I'm going Razorbacks today.
Who big soy?
Bama is minus 11.5 at South Carolina.
I'm going South Carolina today.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
Missouri gets 2.5 at Vandy.
I left out this factoid yesterday. So I spent time in Missouri, not in prison, but I spent time in Branson, Missouri before Nashville. I want you to know I had dinner with Mel Tillis, Jerry Reed, and Waylon Jennings.
Wow.
I worked for Dolly Parton at her Dixie Stampede. I went to a Don Williams concert at one of his theaters. And I also partied hardy with the Rockettes and the Midgets who were in town for a theater show. Anyway, yeah, I spent about a year there. Interesting little factoid.
Philip has a musical background, for those of you that don't know. Yeah, and Shane and he's the one that hooked us up with Shane and the Moneymakers, who did the Tuesday Top 10 sounder for us. I wonder how they're doing these days. You ever hear from Shane and the Moneymakers anymore?
I've not talked to Shane in years. I've lost contact with. I'm sure I could find him, but yeah. Yeah, weird. But yeah, it was. I
right.
had a lot of good time in Branson, Missouri.
So Missouri plus 2.5 at Vandy.
I'm taking Vandy today.
All right. And UT minus 8.5 at Kentucky.
My high school alma mater, am I saying that right? Was the
Alma mater,
Great
yeah.
Bridge Wildcats. I'm going Kentucky today.
We need another punch in the mouth.
World Series, who wins how many games?
The earlier stats were interesting. I am a big believer in baseball players need to keep playing baseball. So it's not shocking that sweepers lose. But I'm going Dodgers 5.
All right. Got you in, Philip. Have a wonderful weekend. Appreciate you. Good job by you. Stay with the lines. Wolverine Dan is up next. Wolverine Dan, welcome to the show. How are you?
Quite well. I'm getting ready to roll in my Mustang GT 5.0. So I'm excited.
Should be fired up. It's a beautiful day for it. You got to put the roof down.
I am. Hey, listen, last night real quick, and then I'll do my taste because I got 60 seconds. Love it, Minnesota losing, and I love Harbaugh winning because that's one of my 2 bets for the Super Bowl. So I love it. Okay.
Well, what we learned from last night is if you dress like a banana, you get your butt kicked like they did last week, the Chargers. But if you dress in midnight blue, a dark, strong color, you win the game. So there you go. Stop dressing like a banana.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a pretty good thing. So I'm getting close to 60. So let's do the picks.
All right. Auburn plus 2.5 at Arkansas.
Arkansas, please.
Who big soy? Bama minus 11.5 at South Carolina.
Ain't no way. You know who I'm taking.
We tried to recruit bigger, better players to come play for us, but they went to good schools.
Missouri plus 2.5 at Vandy.
Let's take Vandy.
And UT minus 8.5 at Kentucky.
Yeah, let's take Tennessee.
All for life. World Series.
I'm going to go with the Dodgers, big payroll, and we're looking at, let's make it 6.
Got him. Have a great weekend. All right, Dan. Appreciate you. By the way, if you need to know, Toronto has home ice. So games 1 and 2 will be in Toronto, 3, 4, 5 in LA, 6, 7 back in Toronto. So if you think LA is going to lock it up at home, it's got to be either 4 or 5. If you think they're going to do it on the road, same thing with Toronto. Now you know who's got what games, just in case you didn't know. Paulie is in the Cape with his horrible Dolphins. Paulie, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, I just finished finding my KTW bullets, for the weekend to have a little fun, So.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, the Dolphins are great. They rule. They're God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, Auburn gets 2.5 at Arkansas.
I'll take the Hogs.
Man, I should have never messed with this girl in the athletic department in the volleyball short.
Bama minus 11.5 at South Carolina.
That's a lot of points for a team that's not impressive but winning. I'll have to take the points. I think something bizarre might happen, and then they wake up and and kick a field goal and win. One of those scenarios.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
So you get the 11.5.
I hate to see him win by 9 or 10. Come on.
That will. They'll win by 10. Missouri plus 2.5 at Vandy.
Everybody's jumping on the Vandy boat. Might as well go on it.
Drop that anchor.
They're still undefeated, correct?
No, of course, they lost to Alabama. But, other than that, defeated.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking the other thing.
good teams, minus 8.5 at Kentucky.
Well, Tennessee's got to make a statement, so you know who I got to take. Tennessee.
Ball for life.
Yeah, World Series.
Hate to say it, but I'll take the home team, Toronto in 7.
All right, you got them.
Because you got to remember one thing: if Mr. Ohtani has a bad day, well, that's a lot of offense and production not being produced. So everybody who's betting Dodgers better hope that he has a great day. Because if he doesn't, they don't win.
Yeah.
And other than that,
I mean,
you know,
they got some parts. I mean, they got other parts. They're not a one-man team, that's for sure. I mean, it was not with $350 million in payroll.
Yeah, but he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. All of a sudden, he's Mr. Fantastic.
He pretty good. I mean, it might be the greatest thing since Babe Ruth. By the way, a national poll. Thanks for the call, Paulie. I appreciate it. A national poll. The results. They were asked the question: who is greater, Babe Ruth or Shohei Ohtani? A national poll. People still think that Babe Ruth was better than Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani hits 1,500 home runs, then he'll do what Babe Ruth did. When Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs, the record before him was like 27. You know what I mean? It would be like Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge hitting 150 home runs in 1 year. That's how much Babe Ruth obliterated the field. Phil the Blacksmith is next. Phil, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm outstanding. How about you, young man?
I am always great.
All right. I won't get on my pick.
All right.
I guess.
All right. Auburn gets 2.5 at Arkansas. Almost, yeah. Auburn gets 2.5 at Arkansas.
Man, I hate Auburn, but I got to go with them if I'm trying to win here.
Are you guys going to put us in with 3 losses in the playoff?
Maybe some other year. Bama is minus 11.5 at South Carolina.
Shit, I picked that. Shoot, I'm sorry. I picked against Bama last weekend and lost. So I'm gonna go with them this weekend.
I like this kind of football.
Missouri gets 2.5 at Vandy.
Missouri.
You want to boo me? Fine.
Okay, Eli. Tennessee minus 8.5 at Kentucky.
Eight and a half. Tennessee.
Call Rommel. They can't find Rommel.
Can't go find Rommel. World Series.
Dodgers in 5.
All right, Phil, you're in.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Phil the Blacksmith. All right, we cleared everybody. What happened to Grumpy? He bailed? He's working. He's got stuff to do. He can't wait. 256-576-4977. If you want to jump on board, we got room to get you in as well. On the FBI probe, I just want to circle back to that because that is a huge story. 2 things about the FBI probe. One is a lot of this is getting all mixed together now. You know, the issue of the organized crime element and, you know, these guys, the NBA players that were mixed up in it, and it's 2 completely different cases, but there is some carryover between the 2 cases. So what you need to understand is in Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, the ex-head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, who was arrested yesterday morning after their flight or after their loss to Minnesota. He didn't get arrested because they lost to Minnesota. He did get arrested. The allegations against him involve participation in illegal poker games that were rigged and run by organized crime. Okay. So he was kind of like, allegedly, he was acting as a face card. He was a celebrity that was bringing in players to play in these poker games that were rigged. Okay. Shuffling machines that could read the cards in the deck, x-ray table that could read the cards when they're face down, If they were, marked cards and so on, all kinds of stuff, special glasses or contact lenses that were worn by cheaters, whatever it was, there was one guy at the table who didn't know that the other guys at the table were all plants. Allegedly, Chauncey Billups was involved in getting those, helping those guys playing those games. Now, some Chauncey Billups apologists are saying, yeah, he was telling guys about games, but he didn't know they were rigged. So that's going to be their defense, is that Chauncey Billups was inviting people to play in these card games, but he did not know that the card games were rigged. Okay, so there's that aspect of it. Okay, that's on the Chauncey Billups side. Now, the flip side, or the other person that we're hearing about, of course, is Terry Rozier, who's a current player with the Miami Heat. And in the case of Rozier, in this particular case, now remember, the NBA had investigated this. This is from a couple of years ago. The NBA had investigated Terry Rozier, and they cleared him of any wrongdoing. What was going on with Terry Rozier, allegedly, is that he was helping out his buddies. Terry Rozier doesn't need the money, but he was helping out his buddies and telling them, okay, I'm going to bail out of this game, bet the under. Normally plays, 38 minutes a game. I'm going to bail out early in the game and pretend I got an injury, so bet the under. And helping his buddies make money by doing stuff like that. Now you say, well, why would he do that? There's rumor that he had gambling debts of his own. And this was one of the ways for him to kind of clear that up. And then there's the Jones guy. All right. In the case of Damon Jones, he allegedly was not only involved in these poker games in New York, but he was selling inside information about players that were going to be missing games to bettors, including information about a star Laker player who was not going to play in a game in February of 2023. Now, LeBron James, who Jones played with in Cleveland, didn't play in that game in question. But LeBron has not been implicated in any of this at this particular point in time. Now, this is just, I honestly believe that this is just the beginning of all of this. And do I believe that it could roll into, do I believe there's something going to come down the pike with baseball and what happened with the Cleveland Guardian pitchers and things like that we heard about over? Yeah, I think that it could go deeper, but I think it's the tip of the iceberg. But let me just say this too. This is not, the FBI does not just throw crap on the wall and see what sticks. This is years in the making. Okay? I've had some experience with the FBI. When the FBI, generally, if the FBI lands on you, they got something. It might not be 100%. It may need to be fleshed out. It may need, but they got enough. The FBI, generally, I'm not talking about, when they're doing nefarious stuff politically and all that other kind of stuff. Forget about that. I'm talking about in a case that they're investigating. For the most part, when the FBI lands on you, they got something. They know something. They might not know all the details, but they know something. So just keep that in mind. This is not going away. This is not going to be all, the FBI made a mistake. It's not going to happen that way. There's something more, and it's going to go deeper. But this is totally separate. I mean, you got NBA players that are involved in doing nefarious things in terms of not throwing a game. That's the other thing, that term throwing a game is not necessarily throwing a game, but on prop bets. Now, if an NBA player is selling information that such and thou is not going to be playing in a game, that can help the bettors. And they track this by seeing all of a sudden there's a spike. When Bohannon got himself jammed up at Alabama, the baseball coach, it was because all of a sudden tens of thousands of dollars were being bet on the LSU-Alabama baseball game in the regular season. College baseball doesn't get tens of thousands of dollars bet on it in the regular season. So that sent up a red flag. And then they went down that rat hole and they found out that he was allegedly giving information to a buddy of his back in Ohio that, of a pitching matchup. If somebody knows that LeBron James is not playing in a game for the Lakers, and then the whole issue of load management, oh my goodness gracious almighty, how is that going to fit into all of this? But if somebody knows that a certain guy is not playing in a game, that information is extremely valuable, especially if you're selling it to somebody else. This is why last week I came out against this regulation now that the NCAA is lifting, that their athletes and coaches, the NCAA athletes and coaches are now allowed to bet on professional sports. Can't bet on college sports, but they can bet on professional sports. And people are saying, well, yeah, no, that was restrictive. Why would you telling an NCAA athlete that they can't bet on a game that they want to bet on the Lakers and the Celtics game? Well, my problem with it is that those guys have too many connections. Really, really tight connections. You don't think Cooper Flagg has guys back at Duke that know him well? And what if some player I don't know anything. Cooper Flagg's a good person. I'm just his mind. He was the number one pick. So some dude at Duke that's still playing there calls his buddy Cooper Flagg and says, "Hey, how's the team feel?" Well, we didn't report it, but so and so has to sit the game out. He's got a lower body injury. He's not going to be able to go. Oh, really? Okay. Now I'm going to bet against the Spurs. Players, they know the other guys. You know what I mean? So many guys know guys, played with guys that are in the leagues, whether it's football or basketball or whatever. The ties are so close between the NFL players and the college players, or the college players and their buddies who have gone on to the NFL. If Jaden Daniels tells somebody back at LSU that, whatever is going on with the team, that could impact. I mean, they talk. And sometimes it might be totally inadvertent talk. It could just be, just guys talking. Again, I'm not throwing aspersions at these particular players. I'm just saying a dude. If there's a dude out there, Cam Ward, he still has conversations with his guys that he played with at Miami. They could be just having a casual conversation where Cam Ward, a guy said from Miami saying to Cam Ward, "What's it like up there?" "Oh man, it's so dysfunctional. We're a mess. We got this new coach now. We're not even going to throw the ball." Oh, really? Okay. I don't, none of my receivers are any good. Oh, really? Okay. Bet the under. He doesn't have to tell them to bet the under. Just casual conversation that can happen. That's why I don't like college athletes being allowed to bet on. But, we got legalized sports betting, so it's like telling a college athlete that's 21 years old that he can't have a beer. No. But it would be the flow of information would be too easy. Just too easy. Let's get a break. We will come back. Phone lines remain open. We'll also get you set up for hour number 2 right after this. It's the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The NASCAR Truck Series today, Corey Hine, the plus 120 favorite to win it at Martinsville. Justin Allgaier, plus 275. Also Connor Zilich at plus 275 to win the Xfinity Series race tomorrow. Cup race on Sunday, Ryan Blaney, the 4-1 favorite. Game 1 of the World Series today, the Blue Jays, another 29 underdog at home with the Dodgers, 7.5 over the total. Number 4, Alabama, 11.5-point road favorites at South Carolina at Williams-Brice Stadium tomorrow. The Crimson Tide, 14-3 all-time against the Gamecocks. Arkansas, 2.5-point home favorite against the Auburn Tigers. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Week 9 is here. We have 2 games of the week. Thursday will be Mae Jemison taking on Gadsden City, and on Friday, Huntsville and Bob Jones. Also coming up on Friday over the airwaves of 97.7 ESPN The Zone, will be Buckhorn taking on Coleman. Madison Academy is at Plainview. Randolph plays host to North Jackson. Sparkman's at Florence. And Westminster Christian's at home to New Hope. Be sure and download our app and follow the action all season long.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange. But there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 256-202-4200. That's 256-202-4200.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, "If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself."
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A little more cloud cover this afternoon. Still temperatures climbing into the 70s. I do highly recommend grabbing a jacket or a sweatshirt as you head out for Friday night football. It is going to be a fantastic evening, but just a touch chilly. We drop into the 40s as we head into the overnight. Mostly cloudy on Saturday. Temperatures climbing into the 70s. Rain returns to the area on Sunday.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. You know, I'm always telling you to go down to Woody Anderson Ford. You know that they also have a mobile service where they'll come out to you. They've got all kinds of things that they can do in the mobile service, like oil changes or tire rotations or parts replacements. And if you're only available on the weekend or the evening, don't forget about the Quick Lane service, your one-stop shop to service brakes and batteries and oil changes. They do it all. No matter the service your Ford needs, Woody Anderson Ford ensures quick, professional, and exceptional service. Those of you that heard that weather forecast, a touch cold, to grab a jacket. I want to grab a jacket, a touch cold as it'll drop into the 40s heading into the weekend. 40s is not a touch cold. I'd be dressing like Nanook of the North if I remember a Monday night game in Nashville when the Colts were playing the Titans. This is back when the Titans were good, you know, and they would put them on Monday Night Football and stuff. And so the Colts were playing the Titans. Vince Young was the backup quarterback for the Titans at the time. And it was 52 degrees during the game on Monday night. Of course, I was in the warmth of the press box, but it was pretty funny. We looked down on the sideline, and there's a dude down there on the sideline that's got a parka on, ski cap, full ski mask, bundled up, arms folded, all under the parka. It was 52 degrees. It was Vince Young. You get that dry air. It's gonna be grab more than a jacket. Maybe want to grab some gloves and a what do you people call it? A toboggan. I don't even know why they call it a toboggan. A beanie, stocking cap. You might want one of those. All right, when we get back, Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com is up next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
If zero down on a new Ford sounds good, you need to swing by Jordan and Sparkman before October 31st. Hello, I'm Don Wessels with Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with zero down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance, too. Choose a 2025 F-150 STX Crew Cab with the 2.7-liter for $499 a month. A new F-150 less than $500 a month. Or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, for just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 2025 Broncos and Explorers for $499 a month and Bronco Sports and Escapes for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are zero down and come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with zero down. First payment due at signing, no security deposit. Plus tax, title tag, fees, and your good credit. Offers end October 31st. Now is the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. Come on in. We can't wait to see you.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings. In Hampton Cove and our latest location, now open in New Market on Winchester Road.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
TalentHVAC.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bad compressor or leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. High school football from last night. Gaston City's Brady Sauls kicks a 30-yard field goal with 1 second left to lift the Titans to a 13-12 win over Mate Jemison. Deschler knocks off East Lawrence 56-0. Thursday night NFL football, Justin Herbert would throw for 3 touchdowns for the second straight game as the Los Angeles Chargers take care of the Minnesota Vikings 37-10. College football news, Alabama offensive lineman Geno Vandermark is now listed as questionable for tomorrow's road game with South Carolina. The Crimson Tide, 11.5-point favorite. Kickoff set for 2:30 here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Auburn, a 3.5-point underdog on the road at Arkansas. Kickoff set for 11:45. And Tennessee, an 8.5-point road favorite over Kentucky. Kickoff set for 6:45. Make sure and download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today to hear Week 9 of the high school football season tonight.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog,
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. And welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show. So glad that you are with us. And coming up in just a few minutes, we'll be joined by Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com. If you're just joining the show right now, we do have, of course, our Friday trifecta for you. And the way it's working today, you get any 3 out of the 4 games right. That's good for a point. If you get all 4 games right, you get 3 points. But then we got the World Series multiplier, our first multiplier of the year. The way that works is that if you get the World Series right, the team and in how many games? LA in 5, Toronto in 7, whatever it is that you like. That's what you got to give me. If you get that right, it doubles whatever points you would have gotten this week. Okay? So if you get 1 point and you get the World Series right, now you got 2 points. If you got 3 points, though, because you got all 4 games right, if you got all 4 games right, and then you got the World Series right, now you get 6 points because it doubles your 3 to 6. See how that works? And the lead is just 8. Okay, so you can get yourself right in good shape for the Owen Home Appliance Friday trifecta. But you got to do some damage, and we've got all 4 SEC games in there today. Well, how many of those SEC games do we want to talk about with Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports? Well, we're going to do it right now with him as he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Lee, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. A lot going on. I don't think I've ever done this many interviews since yesterday morning. I probably did an extra 14, 15 interviews because of the whole gambling scandal. So it's been a lot. Let's just say I've had no downtime. So it's just sad what took place. It is profoundly sad, and on both cases, that either of these individuals that were involved in these situations, Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, would even consider doing something like this. If they're found guilty, I mean, both are probably going to go to prison. And, the NBA is certainly stained on top of, them trying maybe, as we might think, to quash this whole thing. They also did not let the Miami Heat know what was going on. So the Miami Heat wants some relief. They owe the Charlotte Hornets a first-round pick in 2027 draft. They don't want to give that up now, and they'd also like relief for the $26.6 million salary that they gave.
They will get that.
Rozier.
I think they
could get. Yeah, they'll probably.
Yeah, I think they will.
I think they.
Yeah, I think they will get the money issue. I think will get straightened out.
Thom, this is like
because it's the FBI.
Well,
no, it's the FBI. This is not. You don't tip off anybody. And remember, the league, the FBI knew. You don't trifle with the FBI, and they are very tight-lipped. No. They don't. I've had some experience with the FBI in the past. They don't. They when they land on you, they have something, and 2, the element of surprise is very important for the FBI. The one thing I will say is this, and I've been trying to drive home. Let's not pretend that on both of these cases, that this hasn't been going on for years, and you can, to me, thank legalized sports gambling for shining a light on the roaches that are in the corners and so on and so forth, because we have heard, you can go back 20 years to Tim Donaghy, you can go back to the rumors of NBA games being fixed all the way back to the 70s and the 80s. They almost lost the NBA pre-Michael and or Magic and Bird because it was always rumors that games were fixed and everything else. And then on the other case, let's not pretend that the mob hasn't been fixing card games forever. I mean, they just use different technology now that they have. So this stuff has been going on. I just think it's the tip of the iceberg. I think that there's going to be another shoe. We're going to find out something more about baseball, with these pitchers from Cleveland, that got jammed up in August. We're going to hear more. This is just the beginning, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's sad. And like I said, we always knew that the NBA and college basketball, the easiest games, if you want to fix a result, were there because only 5 guys are on the court at one time. Football, you need the quarterback. I mean, you're not getting by with a running back or something like that. You need a number of players in football and also in baseball. So it's sad. I thought we were over this, or at least by it, by a large measure. The Tim Donaghy situation was horrific, but this is close to as bad. I said this from the start. What they need to do with player props, they need to lower the limit significantly.
Well, most places do, don't they? I mean, most places the max is like 500 on a prop, right? I thought most of the legal places. Now, offshore, you can get crazy. Yeah.
No, you can still do it. Probably DraftKings and FanDuel, places like that. You can probably get a few $1,000s. And what they do is these sophisticated groups, they've got a room set up with 40, 50 computers. So if they hit one place from different IP addresses for $1,000, $2,000 one time, they can do some damage.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get to the games that we think are straight. This is, by the way, why I am not a fan. The information flow, why I'm not a fan of the NCAA saying that the college players now, college athletes and coaches can bet on pro sports. They are too close. You don't think Cam Ward still has a bunch of buddies that are on the Hurricanes, and they could even be having a casual conversation and he not even know that he's, my receiver's hurt or whatever, or this offense, all we're going to do is run the ball this week. And just having a conversation with one of his old buddies that's still playing in college. And the next thing you know, they're throwing action on the under because Cam Ward told them inadvertently that we're going to run the ball 50 times this week. You know what I mean? So I think that's problematic, but let's get to these games here and get after it with, let's start out with Ole Miss now coming off a loss where they give up 17 points in the fourth quarter to lose. Looked like they were maybe going to get one of them signature wins for Lane Kiffin. It doesn't happen at Georgia. Now they go to Oklahoma. John Mateer's getting more and more healthy. Oklahoma's a 4.5-point favorite. Where do we think?
Yeah, so I think Oklahoma is the call here. And why do I say that? I think John Mateer getting healthier by the day. 2 weeks ago, shouldn't have played against Texas. Last week looked better. This week could be 85, 90%. On top of that, they have the best defense here, games at home, and also Ole Miss's defense is getting exposed. They allowed to score in every single possession of the second half last week to a Georgia offense. In my opinion, there's nothing more than average. So I like Oklahoma here. I think they're the right side, 30-23.
Do you remember the last time LSU was a dog at home?
Couldn't tell you, but sure
2022 against Alabama, they were a 13.5-point dog against Alabama, and that was Nick Saban, by the way. I know people think that and they won that game in overtime. I know people think that Nick Saban never lost the game ever. That he was a dog in, but they lost 2 that year. They were 11-point favorites at Tennessee and lost that one too. So they're a 2.5-point dog at home against Texas A&M. I'm still not 100% sold on Texas A&M. What do you think about this one?
Okay, so I think other than Ohio State, I think they're the only other team that is sound. They really have no weakness here. So LSU, their weakness is offense isn't very good. Don't score above 20 points. You don't all of a sudden fix it in the middle of the season. Now they're down their starting left tackle, and A&M 4th in sacks, 10th in pressure rate. They couldn't get off the field last week. They were on the field for the a total of 37 of the 60 minutes against Diego Pavia last week. Marcel Reed did a number on him last week when they inserted him after halftime, 3 straight touchdown drives. He's bigger, stronger, faster, has a stronger arm than Pavia here. I think Brian Kelly's in trouble here. Never a good fit. I'm taking A&M. They finally win for the first time ever in Death Valley, 31-20.
Then they're at Missouri, South Carolina, JV game, and at the Texas Longhorns. Are they going to run the table?
Right.
You could run the table.
Got a shot. I think they'll lose somewhere. I think they'll lose to someone, but still get in. Probably a top 5, top 6 seed.
All right, so the Vols, they're licking their wounds, and they head for Lexington. 8.5, 9 is the number there. They used to play for a barrel of beer or something like that. This is Tennessee whiskey versus Kentucky bourbon. What do you think? Tennessee minus 8.5, 9 at Kentucky.
I think Kentucky's improving now. You know, they've got a quarterback that was not ready to play, and he's learning under fire. Last 2 weeks, he's thrown 80 passes and completed over 70% of his passes. So seeing improvement there. They were probably the better team against Texas here. So I just think this is a great situational play here for Kentucky. Tennessee off the loss last week. I think it's a one-possession game. Tennessee escapes 27-23, but I think Kentucky, they get the bacon.
Yeah, I yesterday beat the big dog. I was on the other side of it, and I'm now wishing I wasn't. By the way, not just because you're saying it, but the more I think about it, the more I think the same way. I think this is going to be a tighter game than a lot of people think. I think you're 100% right on that. All right, Arkansas. This thing has grown. It went from 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Some people are seeing 3s now out there. Bobby Petrino, he's coaching for a job. And Hugh Freeze, he's probably coaching for a job too. What do you think happens there?
This could be a fun game here if the weather holds. The weather does not look good, and I actually think if it's a bad weather game, I think it favors Arkansas. So I think they have a quarterback that can make one cut and go the distance here. Auburn just keeps finding ways to lose. I mean, I know they had some bad calls in 2 of their losses, Oklahoma and at home against Georgia, but they found no way to rally in that Georgia game. The second half didn't even cross, I think, their opponent's 40-yard line on offense. So at least Arkansas showing something here. 2 3-point losses the last 2 weeks here. At home, Hugh Freeze showing no creativity on offense here. And the team is not taking care of the ball here. Arkansas is improving. Auburn's regressing. Give me Arkansas here, 31-27.
And if Auburn has 27, you can they'll throw them a parade because they struggle offensively, and I know Arkansas is not great defensively, but
Arkansas.
Yeah, I know they're not great. But if there is weather, there's weather. Yeah. Arkansas, might be another 16-point game for Auburn. Who knows how that goes. Alabama. This line's moved around a little bit as well. 12.5, 11.5, some 13s out there. At South Carolina, now they're coming off of this historic run, beating 4 straight ranked teams, but it's unranked teams on the road where Alabama seems to struggle a little bit. Lenora Sellers running quarterback. What do you think about Alabama laying some pretty heavy wood on the road at South Carolina?
So I would think about backing South Carolina, but their offensive line, just watch the tape, horrific. They lost another starter, Kason Henry. He's out. He's a right tackle. They're down their offensive line coach, down their defensive line coach. What they did in the offseason, they had a certain amount of money, NIL, and they reinforced it with keeping Lenora Sellers and edge rusher Dylan Stewart. On almost every other position, they whiffed here. They're running the ball for only 3 yards a carry. And Ty Simpson has a sterling, get that, sterling 18-1 touchdown to interception ratio here. Roll Tide, 35-10.
Wow. Okay. Going big on the Tide there. All right. Before we get to the game of the week information, I assume that you'll be on the baseball all over the World Series. Will you be going on a game-to-game basis with your clients, or is it can they get the overall series if they want to get a pick on the series itself?
We're selling the entire series, $97. Also, player props for the series, $97. And how about this? Football, NFL, The last 5 Sundays, we've gone 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, 4-1, and 4-1. We are on a documented, and you know me for over 20 years, a 23-2 run right now in the NFL.
Oh, my gosh.
You want to hop on board? What have you been waiting for? You can receive the next 4 weeks, 5 selections, my top 5 selections, for just $197. It's Lee's NFL Sunday Golden Ticket, just one place, ParamountSports.com.
What's that record again over 5 years? What did you say, 22-3?
23-2.
23-2 in the NFL. I mean, it's one thing college. The NFL is tough. All right, speaking of the NFL, how can they get this Colts and Titans game? Colts are a 2-touchdown favorite against the listless Titans. How do they get it?
Yep. Just call 800-400-9741. First 5 callers get it on me. So check out the website. If you've never signed up or for some reason, I don't know why, you dropped off, this is the time. You want to get involved, ParamountSports.com.
All right, man. Appreciate it as always, Lee. Good stuff, and have a great weekend.
Okay. See you, Tom.
23-2. Picking NFL games against the spread. 23-2. ParamountSports.com. John, 23-2. That's sick.
That must be a wizard or something.
Well, I'm just saying he is, Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com, but still, 23-2. I knew somebody would call the text window. They did. All right. We got a break. When we come back, start taking your phone calls again. 256-576-4977. You call that. That's how you call me. Or text window, 732-982-7469 if you want to text the show. One or the other. We'll come back with more right after this on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The NASCAR Truck Series today, Corey Hine, the plus 120 favorite to win it at Martinsville. Justin Allgaier, plus 275. Also Connor Zilich at plus 275 to win the Xfinity Series race tomorrow. Cup race on Sunday, Ryan Blaney, the 4-1 favorite. Game 1 of the World Series today, the Blue Jays, another 29 underdog at home with the Dodgers, 7.5 over the total. Number 4, Alabama, 11.5 point road favorites at South Carolina at Williams-Brice Stadium tomorrow. The Crimson Tide, 14-3 all-time against the Gamecocks. Arkansas, 2.5 point home favorite against the Auburn Tigers. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Football season and Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. The perfect combination of good times and great food. This season, score big with one of our chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness. Our delicious burgers are made with premium Angus beef, and you can pair it with one of our signature cocktails or a cold craft beer from our huge selection. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar on the Parkway in Huntsville and our new location at Cliff Farm, Highway 72 in Madison.
John Abraham here for the parts department at Bobcat of Huntsville. Not only do these guys carry genuine OEM Bobcat parts, they also have a full line of Marshalltown concrete supplies. On top of that, they have a wide selection of arborist tools and supplies on hand for you tree guys. Bobcat of Huntsville also has a full service department, and don't forget the sales and rental guys too. Come on down and visit the all-new Bobcat of Huntsville location in Madison on Highway 20 next to the Redstone Harley-Davidson.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
97.7 The Zone.
Now on Saturday, you are willing to give a little extra. Then you, because of your preparation and the things I'm trying to get across to you. And if we do that as a team, 11 at a time, 4 years from now, we'll be walking out of here national champion. And I'll tell you this, I expect nothing less.
97.7 The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by my buddy Mike Owen and Owen Home Appliance Center. Yeah, I know fall is right around the corner, but it's still hot. They got everything you need at Owen Home Appliance Center, whether it's the upright refrigerator or the under-counter ice machine or the washer and dryer. They've got an incredible interactive showroom in Lacey Springs as well, just 8 miles south of the river on 231. Check them out. It's Owen Home Appliance. Learn more at owenhomeappliance.com. Yeah, welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Glad that you are with us here on this Football Friday. Got a great trifecta for you. We got open lines right now. If you want to get in, you can go ahead and get in now. Highly interactive Friday show. A lot of you guys complain about not being able to get in, and often the lines are just slammed, but they are open right now. So if you want to get in, you can get in at 256-5764-97.7. Get your picks in on the football Friday trifecta. I got to be honest with you. I am a little bit concerned about my picks and Beat the Big Dog. I'm a little concerned right now. I think I'm going to take it on the chin in Beat the Big Dog. I was feeling good about my own rationale yesterday when I was saying, I think that South Carolina might hold it a little bit, stay within that backdoor cover that we used 11.5. And, Lee Sterling just got Alabama blowing out South Carolina. That was a little bit, that one rattled me a little bit there. And what was the other one? Kentucky and UT. I have UT in that one as well. And the Phillip actually took Alabama in the Bama-South Carolina game. We were both on Tennessee. But Tennessee laying 8.5 to Kentucky on the road. Now I'm starting to think that maybe not. All right, let's get to the lines. A couple of legends popping in. Start with Grumpy. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm not going to pick my picks on the air. On the Friday, I like to either have a take or the picks, one or the other. How important is this win for Hugh Freeze, or game for Hugh Freeze?
I think it's really important for him. It might be the tipping point game. I mean, when you look at the rest of the road after this one, Kentucky at home and then at Vandy, you win this game. Vandy is a historically good run right now. Mercer still sits out there. So all of a sudden, if you win this game and you're going to beat Mercer, that's 5. Then all you got to do is beat Kentucky and make it to a bowl game, and then they hang, they hold the rope, regardless of what happens against Vandy and Alabama. Lose this game, and I don't even know if you beat Kentucky. Lose this game, it might be it. That might be it. I think they're waiting until the off week anyway after Vandy. I think they'll wait till the bye week to see what happens in these 3. But this is hugely important.
Yeah, I don't. With Auburn, I can see you on the air here, man. So don't look at your computer. Put your hands in the air like I'm robbing you, man. Let me see your hands in the air, man.
There you go.
Okay.
A little man.
I
wasn't looking at my computer. I was looking at the schedule. See, I was looking at this right here. See,
on.
that's my.
Here we go.
I always have the schedule.
I got to make this quick, man. What is Auburn's all-time win record against? You think Auburn should be better than they are, and I'm an lifelong Auburn fan. Auburn and Vandy have played 44 times. What is Auburn's all-time winning percentage against Vandy out of 44 ball games? And I don't expect you to know this. I'm not.
I would say it should be. I would say it's around 70%, if not more.
It's 50%. I'm going to help you come back down to reality because you're an Alabama fan and you expect all these wins. And then when you look at Auburn, you're like, why not Auburn? Vandy and Auburn all-time win record. Auburn it's 22, 21, and 1. You don't count the 1 because you're figuring win percentages, so it makes it 50%. Okay, against Missouri, what is Auburn's all-time win record? There's only been 5 ball games.
Well, they beat them in the SEC championship game like a drum, but I would say otherwise they probably beat them one other time, maybe. Probably 2 and 3.
60%. Lifetime against Missouri is 60%. I'm an Auburn fan. This is historic.
I don't understand this Vandy thing, though. I mean, everybody beats Vandy every year. Vandy wasn't beating anybody for years.
I'm trying to help you understand it is because you're not talking about the University of Alabama. You're talking about Auburn University. Historically, against Vandy, we're a 50-50 team. I'm bringing you back down to reality when it comes to Auburn. Okay, against Arkansas, this is the last one. Arkansas, we've had 34 ball games against Arkansas, 34 ball games. What's Auburn's winning percentage against Arkansas? Just off the top of the head. 34 ball games.
I would say
You would say what?
55%.
58. Okay. So you got it there. But what I'm saying is with Hugh Freeze just being a few plays away from winning a few of these ball games, I'm an Auburn fan. I'm not griping. I'm not yapping about the calls. The calls were the calls. But I don't know where you go. Even if Hugh Freeze loses this ball game, I think you're so close to winning in the SEC that if you fire him and you'll set the program back 2 years. And who are you going to get? I mean, to me, James Franklin wasn't brought to Penn State to win ball games. That's not why he was hired. Everybody, I mean, the guys that are old enough to know, he was hired to be a nurse. He was hired not to have any more violations. He's basically a nurse. So we don't want a nurse.
I'm going to turn something around for you. I'm going to ask you a question because you're an Auburn fan, right?
Yeah.
All time. You think I overrank Auburn? I think Auburn should be better, right?
I do.
All time, in the history of college football, all time. Where do you think Auburn ranks in terms of winning percentage of all of college football, right? All 100 teams, 130 teams, whatever, of FBS teams. Where do you think Auburn ranks as in an all-time percentage?
And that's just winning percentage, okay? Not ball games played.
Just winning percentage. No, just winning percentage. Yeah.
I would say we're in the top 30.
Do you know that Auburn is 14th? 3% of their games of all time. They are the 14th winningest program in all of college football history. All of college football history, their 14th winning percentage out there. So I think Auburn's had a lot of really good years. This is unacceptable. I don't think these 6-6, 7-5s are acceptable.
Yeah, well, you got to throw in the caveat of the opponents that I put out there, which are SEC opponents. The quality of opponents, we're 50, 60% with quality opponents. We're 50. If our Jimmy and Joe's equal your Jimmy and Joe's, we'll win 50% of the time.
How about this? There's only 10 teams in the history of college football. Only 10 teams in the history of college football have finished in the AP top 25 more than Auburn. Only 10 have finished in the top 25 more than Auburn. Auburn's a good football program, man. They're not great, but they're good.
And I just don't think you throw Hugh Freeze out, even if he loses a ball game this weekend. That's what I'm saying. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it'll go to the bye. If he drops this one, he has to beat Vandy. I think he's got to win 6. Now, of course, the Iron Bowl is always a mystery. But I think he's got to win 6. You've got to get to 6. They're 3-4. You can beat Kentucky at home. You're going to beat Mercer. That's 5. 6 at Arkansas, at Vandy, Alabama at home. Which, if you rank those 3, you're going to rank those 3 as opportunity to win. Arkansas 1, Vandy 2, Alabama 3. Right? You're a 2.5-point dog to Arkansas. You're going to be a 7-point dog to Vandy. You're going to be a 15-point dog to Alabama, maybe. Even in your own barn. It's this is the shot. There's no way that he survives. If he beats just Kentucky and Mercer. Kentucky's not a layup. Kentucky's got that one circled. That's one of them games where both teams circle a game. Well, there's a game we can win. 5-7, you cannot keep him. You cannot keep him because you've recruited well enough to where the cupboard isn't as bare as it was when he took over from Brian Harsin, but he has done nothing with it. You've got to bring somebody in and try to get somebody that can come in there and turn that sucker around immediately, like Kalen DeBoer did at Washington, where he came into a program that had a losing record and immediately won 8 or 9 games and then went to the national championship the next year. All right, so maybe that would be a little crazy, but this is the SEC. But still, Mike Elko took over for Jimbo Fisher, and 2 years later has Texas A&M ranked number 3 in the country. 3. Texas A&M was like, well, they weren't as bad off as Auburn, but Texas, I equate Texas A&M and Auburn, the same type of programs. Texas A&M has been little brother to Texas forever. Auburn and Alabama, same scenario. But Texas A&M, is a lot more competitive right now. Brandon is up next. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you?
I was listening to Grumpy. It was pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I think he makes a valid point. I mean, I hope they fire Hugh Freeze, because if they do, they're going to be in the doldrums of hell for a couple of years, because all that talent they've recruited on that team is hitting the road, and I think Cam Coleman's just going to pack up and come to the other side of the state. He sees a quarterback that can throw the ball to receivers, and he's going to say, I need a dose of that to fix my career before I head out the door.
I would have to wait in to see who they get first. I wouldn't automatically think that all that talent would take off. You would want to wait and see who they first, because the guy, if they bring the right guy in, maybe he can hang on to that talent.
Yeah, but
maybe he could survive 6-6 because they had so many close losses to rank. Can't survive in 7.
Yeah, but right now, if you say they're going to bring a guy in, like realistically, who do you think they could go get right now?
Geez, I don't know.
Well,
he doesn't want James Franklin, because all James Franklin does is win 10 games a year. So he doesn't want James Franklin. But
Summerall?
I don't know.
I mean, I just don't see a big name. I don't see Lincoln Riley leaving USC to come to Auburn.
Well, he's struggling at USC. I don't know. I mean, do you keep trying to catch? Do you go back to trying to? Hugh Freeze was supposed to be a home run. Hugh Freeze was supposed to be a sure thing because of his record at Ole Miss cheating and his record at Liberty. So the expectation is that he was pretty much a sure thing.
Agreed.
Summerall though he's been really good everywhere he goes. Yeah, that's not a terrible thought. I mean, I'm not in the mode yet of candidates to be the next coach at Auburn. I'm just looking at this guy and saying, where's the high water mark? I said most everybody said he had to go at least 7-5 this year. So that's not going to happen. I think he can survive 6-6, being a bowl team, winning 2 more games than last year. I think he can do that because of the fact that he lost a tight game at A&M, lost a tight game at Oklahoma, lost a tight game, against Georgia. You know what I mean? They were in these games. And so I think you can say, this would be the best 6-6 you could possibly have if they were to get there.
I don't disagree with that. I think that he's a bad quarterback away from being decent. And I don't know why he hasn't made the change before now unless something is going on behind the scenes to where they want the quarterback that they paid for to play. But if something doesn't change and he keeps playing that guy that holds that ball like he's holding on for dear life, then, I mean, even if Freeze comes back next year, I wonder if Coleman comes back next year. I mean, who wants to go play for a guy that throws the ball like that? Same thing with Milroe last year. You get tired of running your legs off on play every time and knowing the ball's not coming to you because he's either going to throw it to one guy or he's going to roll right and run out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it feels like they've missed again. It feels like they've missed again on the quarterback. And, by the way, we said Auburn's all-time winning percentage is 63%, which is 14th in the history of college football. Texas A&M all-time is 60%, 60% and a half. So who would you rather be right now today, Texas A&M or Auburn? And I don't know. Texas A&M went to Duke, and they got Mike Elko. Maybe Manny Diaz gets another chance. He's doing a good job at Duke this year. Maybe you get the guy from, maybe you go to Georgia Tech. I don't know. Do you leave there? I just don't know if guys would leave other conferences to come to the SEC and get their heads kicked in.
I don't think so right now because money's changed the game. Overall, Auburn's been a good school, but if I'm a coach right now and I think I can get it right, I want to be at a place that's got as deep a pockets as possible. So that's why I say A&M is better now, but I think Auburn has been better historically.
Yeah. It shouldn't be this way. I don't think it should be this way. But would Brent Key, though, would he consider that? He's doing a great job at Georgia Tech. He's in a little brother situation there in the state of Georgia. Would Auburn go all in and try and get Brent Key, who's a Birmingham native, to come back to the state of Alabama?
If the people at Tech
coached with Nick Saban back in the day.
People at Tech had any sense they get behind him and spend some money. There's a lot of talent in the Atlanta area that he could pick up, and he could make that program relevant again. He could get them to a 9-10 win a year every year and have that team back towards the top of that conference without having to be a juggernaut or a world beater. And if he leaves, it's because that program is done and they don't care about football anymore. And that'll probably be the last time it'll be relevant for a long time if he leaves.
Well, he's got him right there right now. I mean, they're sitting right there right now. This is probably about as good, I would think, for Georgia Tech where they're at.
Being in downtown Atlanta, it should not be hard to recruit football players.
Yeah, you wouldn't think. All right, you want to get into this trifecta?
I'll text them to you. Let somebody else have it. Roll Tide.
No, man, appreciate you. I mean, if you're Brent Key and you have that opportunity, I mean, how long do you want to stay in the scenario that you're in right now? With Georgia Tech. I don't know. I mean, they're number 7 in the country. They're what are they? 7-0 right now. They're undefeated. They're undefeated, number 7 in the country, Georgia Tech. You know what's interesting? Where are they in FPI? They're number 7 in the country in the rankings, but in the power index, how are they? Wow. In the power rankings, they're 20. In the FPI power rankings, there's 26 Georgia Tech, and they're number 7 in the rank. That's probably about the biggest difference of any of the teams in terms of where they are in the and where they are in the polls. I mean, Georgia Tech right now, they're 26 in the power rankings. They're 7, and it's because their schedule rank, they've played the number 71 most difficult schedule in the country. So they're lower than halfway point in the country in their schedule. And their remaining schedule is number 54. That's what's left for them. While Oklahoma's playing the number 2 remaining schedule and Vanderbilt's playing the number 7 remaining schedule and Texas is playing the number 8 remaining schedule, they've got and Alabama's played the number 2 schedule in the entire country to this point. Georgia Tech has played the number 71 most difficult schedule to this point. Now Alabama, it eases up. They've gone through the heavy meat. They still got Oklahoma and LSU to come in. And I'm not until the clock says zeros and everything. I know LSU looks like they're down and they can't do anything offensively. I get all of that. But that's a game that you don't necessarily just write off until you write it off. Until it's over with. Until there's zeros on the clock. All right. When we get back, final round of calls, final segment of the show, and a little bit of gallows humor. I'll explain right after this on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
We are a championship school, and school is in session.
He'll go on the toss to Jam. He cuts it back. He's got a first down.
Join us Saturday as the Crimson Tide head east for SEC action against South Carolina. Our coverage begins at 11:30 on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhauer here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile and your wallet, too. Menu items start at just $7.99 and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99 or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name, understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Center, where thousands of area residents have gotten world-class care from the Valley's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic surgeons and medical specialists. So if you have an orthopedic problem and you're considering professional care, TOC is the only logical choice. Whether you have a work-related injury or got sidelined playing a sport you love, you need the best care, the best physicians, the best facility to get you back in a game. And I think you're going to agree that the Orthopedic Center is right for you. Football Friday, welcome. Still got time to go ahead and get in on the Friday trifecta. If you want to do that, 256-5764-97.7. Remember, we have the World Series multiplier in there as well. So you can get in there and double your points. Whatever your points would be this week, you double it if you get the World Series right as well. Wolverine Dan wants me hit the text window, and he wants me to, since we're talking about all-time winning percentage, he wants me to tell people how great Michigan is. And it didn't fit the story. The point of the story was we were trying to determine what kind of a program Auburn is. You know, what do we think of? Where is Auburn in a big programs? Where does Auburn fit? You know, I would say that they fit. You know, I know Clemson has won a couple of championships recently. Semi-recently, this decade. I would say that they're kind of like Clemson. You know, Clemson was down for a long time. You know, back and forth. They have about the same winning percentage as Clemson. I would think that they're kind of like a team like that. Of course, the SEC is a different animal. Having a high winning percentage in the SEC is a lot more difficult than these teams that are playing in these notoriously popcorn type conferences. Miami has a winning percentage that's slightly better than Auburn's. And, but Miami spent a lot of years as an independent, then in the Big East. They also were terrible for a lot of years. Terrible. And, but then Big East and then the ACC. So there's a lot of built-in wins there. Is it out of character to say that Auburn programs? Now LSU's won 3 natties in this century. So there's that. That's a little bit of a different animal. I mean, LSU went through a period for years and years and years. They were a doormat. Auburn is just being kind of down right now. But to Wolverine Dan's point, he wants you all to know, don't forget about total wins. I mean, it's just that's based on who's been playing football. In terms of winning percentage, Michigan is actually exactly tied with Notre Dame at 732 winning percentage all time. That's tied for third. Notre Dame is 5-2 this year. Michigan's 5-2 this year. So they're still tied with Notre Dame. They came into the season tied with Notre Dame, and they're still tied with Notre Dame at 732 all-time winning percentage. Number 2 all-time winning percentage at 733 would be, that would be the Crimson Tide of Alabama. So Michigan behind Alabama in terms of that. And number 1 all-time winning percentage at 735 is Ohio State. Urban Meyer was 82-9. Think about that for a minute. Urban Meyer was 82-9. Urban Meyer in the Big Ten was 58-4. 58-4. Now, Ryan Day is 70-10. In his 6 years coming into this season, he was 70-10. So now he's 77-10, 76-10. So they're. So what can I tell you, Dan? I mean, you're not even the best in your own conference. You're not even the best in your own rivalry game. You're behind Ohio State and Alabama. Of course, Michigan does have 1.5 national championships in my lifetime, which extends back to 1960. So they do have that. They do have their 1.5 national. Nobody will ever take their 1.5 national championships away from them. They won't. All right, Gallows humor. I promised you some Gallows humor. So we've got, obviously, the big news yesterday was this NBA, FBI, organized crime. You notice, by the way, John, that I tend to refer to it as organized crime and not the mafia or La Cosa Nostra. I mean, you're getting that, right? I mean, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah. But you understand that, right? I mean, it's organized crime. I cast aspersions on, just this mafia thing, this word mafia, La Cosa Nostra. I mean, I don't know anything about that.
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
Yeah. I agree. Anyway, that's the big story. Well, believe it or not, you could actually bet legally on the betting story. There's action out there right now on who will receive a longer jail sentence, Chauncey Billups or Terry Rozier. Billups is the favorite. He's at -200. So $1 on Chauncey Billups brings back 2 to have a longer sentence than Terry Rozier. Apparently with Terry Rozier telling people that he's going to bow out of a game and bet the under is not as bad as Chauncey Billups inviting people to come and play in rigged poker games. Next NBA, you can bet on the next NBA player or coach to be arrested for illegal gambling. Not legal gambling, illegal gambling. Malik Beasley, for some reason, is the favorite. Michael Porter Jr. is the second favorite at 6-1. LeBron James is the third favorite. Rick Pitino is the fourth favorite. Ja Morant, who just can't get, stay out of trouble, is on the list. Kevin Durant, what did they know? What did they know that how can Vegas put the line on Kevin Durant as the, sixth highest favorite to be the next NBA player arrested for illegal gambling? Draymond Green, Trae Young, JJ Redick, Chris Paul. Wait, are these are all NBA players? Well, not Rick Pitino. Yeah, so there's that. Next Hall of Fame player to be arrested for illegal gambling. The favorite is Kevin Garnett. Second is Allen Iverson. Third is Paul Pierce. And fourth is Michael Jordan. Fifth is Charles Barkley. Jordan and Barkley are notorious gamblers, but not illegal gamblers. I wouldn't ever bet on that. Not illegal. Someday will the story come out that Michael Jordan left the NBA for 3 years or 2 years during his dalliance with the Birmingham Barons? Was that some sort of a suspension by the NBA? Were they covering something up? That rumor will never go away. That when Jordan left the NBA to go play baseball, it was because it was going to suspend. All right, that's going to do it. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll do it again on Reaction Monday. Have a great night, everybody.